All right, guys, we're live. Say hi to the internet.
Hi
Hi
to
to
the
the
Hi,
internet.
internet.
All right, guys. Um, we've been away for a little while. We've, all been living our own lives, especially me, getting ready for the wedding coming up. So I apologize for missing the past couple of weeks. Um, and we're also going to skip the intro, so make sure you watch the last episode if you want to know what's happening in this one. Um, I think we're going to dive right into it.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead, Rose, Lucian.
Oh, literally diving right into it.
Yeah.
So to set this up for those listening who haven't maybe caught up just yet, last episode we left off at the park after Zazie dropped some information about her escapades on us, and we are going to be starting pretty much 5 seconds later as the group is
Yeah.
getting ready to go back to the hotel room to get ready for Grimvor's funeral. Rose is going to stop and ask Lucian to kind of hold back a bit. I've got a couple of questions for you. I think you might be able to help more than a guitar would.
Oh yes, of course. I also have some questions for you as well, so that works.
Yeah. I guess the other two can go on ahead. It's nothing really major.
Depends on what side of the coin you're looking at, but of course. So go ahead.
Yeah. Have Zazie and Kovanen started walking off? Because Rose is gonna wait for them to walk off before she starts her
As
question.
one would expect, they were initially expecting to walk back together because just what we were doing, and then you held back, and Kavanen is socially aware enough to let him have the moment.
Alright.
Continues to walk.
So as he looks between two left, Kavanen, two left, Kavanen, and then just trots after Kavanen.
Right. So, now that Zazie's not here to overhear this, getting to my point, you did. This is almost a year ago, so random question, I know. You did burn Andre's body, right? I do remember that correctly.
That I remember, yes.
Alright.
I mean, definitely his head.
That's technically the important part, I guess. But no. Alright, so that means it's in my own head, and if that's the case, I can ignore that. But
What? I mean, are you seeing things? What's going on? What?
more or less hallucinating that I keep talking to my brother, but since he's burned and gone, pretty sure it's just, me frickin' cracking after everything that's been going on the last couple of days. I can deal with that. Hey, me losing my mind is one thing. We can take that as it is. I didn't really have much of one to begin with, so. Alright. And you had a couple of questions?
Yes. When we were shackled on the transport, you mentioned seeing a ghostly image, an aura around me, almost like a duplicate of me, clinging to my body. What does that like? What does that mean?
I mean, essentially, you were leaving an after image? Like if you get blinded by a flash of lightning, how everything just kind of seems to trail for a little bit? Does that make sense to you? Kind of ethereal and really weird. So, I mean, I know you were kind of jerked to, you know, wherever and back during that incident with Rod. I think that might be an after effect of that.
I don't know, honestly. I wouldn't really know how to how to determine that. I mean, I know in my time away from my body when I was stuck in the ethereal plane, I was there. I was always there. Like, I saw everything. It was like, imagine being in the same room as someone and not being able to talk to them, not being able to interact or touch them. That's pretty much how I experienced the world. I heard every conversation. I experienced every emotion that the group felt, but I don't understand. I just died, essentially. It was like death, but not.
It's, well, that's definitely kind of scary sounding. Just not something
I
familiar
think
with at all.
I think the scariest part about it was was the feeling of ironically, weirdly enough, not feeling as if I was alone, but feeling as if something else was there with me, constantly keeping an eye on me. There were times where I saw Kovonen access his key and try to run towards him, and something kept pulling me back. I'm not entirely sure if it was a ethereal piece of Harad keeping me in place, but there was something there, something else in there with me.
I mean, this is 100% speculation on my part, but it's possible. I mean, I don't know for jack shit. That's not my area of expertise at all, but I mean, hold on for a second. Rose is going to cast See Invisibility again on herself. She can't cast it on anybody else, so this is going to have to rely heavily on game of telephone between GM and player here. But she's got that going on. Is it still? Yeah, still the same, like, after image.
So yeah, you definitely see the almost like flickering, strobing, like pulsating after image when he moves.
She'll, you know, you've still got that after image. It's a little flickery, almost. It's not consistent. While she's got that going on, she's going to look around the rest of the park just to see if there's, like, anything nearby. But while she's, like, doing that kind of quick circle, like, swivel, she's also going to, because I think she can do this because this isn't a spell, use her detect good and evil. Yeah, her divine sense. Which I will put that up in the chat.
So I think we discussed this before. Fiend. So that was always kind of like a interesting thing here, where fiends and aberrations are concerned, as far as like the Eberron lore goes, there's kind of a lot of crossover in the the stuff that we're looking at right now. 60 feet? Yeah, no, I think you're in the clear
Okay.
around you for 60 feet. He seems fine,
Yeah.
as far as you can tell by looking at him.
My what you call it? My gun wouldn't like trigger. The night drinker wouldn't trigger her divine sense.
I didn't even think about that. Good one. Are you able
Gotcha,
to
bruv.
distinguish? You know the type. I would say it is fiend undead.
Whoa.
But it's unrelated. It doesn't seem to have any sort of after image or any connection to it at all.
Rose will definitely just kind of pause for a second. She wasn't there when he got the gun, and she's only really seen him maybe use it once, I think. I don't remember if she was there for that or not.
You were probably about 50 feet away, and there were probably a bunch of like random civilians running around.
Yeah.
Because I was shooting at a guy.
Yeah, that I was chasing. Yeah, so no, I don't. This is the first time Rose is actually paying attention to this thing. She's definitely going to kind of key in on that. What is that?
Yeah, you can tell that it's alive.
More specific, who is that? Pointing like where that sense is coming from on Lucian's body. Like, I don't think it's related. Like, what did you do?
Lucian looks behind him.
Roll insight.
Me?
Which
Yeah.
one of us?
Both of you, actually. Oh damn! Nice one, Marissa. Oh wow. So I mean, I'm not gonna take over the scene. I am gonna take over the scene here real quick. You look at Rose. You see where she's looking, and you look down at the holster for where Night Drinker is, and you look back up at her, and you guys both look at each other and just look down at the gun, and you have that kind of like, aha, oh shit moment.
This is Night Drinker, my new weapon. I was not aware that it had a classification of who. I thought, maybe what would have sufficed. But yeah.
I'm definitely picking up on it in, that weird paladin training way. Alright.
You guys just both hear in your heads.
Don't
Did it
shush
just
me.
shush me?
Are you? Did you just shush me, Rose?
No, because I just got shushed myself, and I'm about to ask a gun to spill its secrets, and I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot axe. Well,
That is very.
I'm just going to
large
ask, what did you do?
I bought it. Him? It? I don't know anymore. You called it who? Now I'm confused.
Alright, well, I don't think it has anything to do with your after image, so to speak, but if at any time you feel weird, just let me know. No. Don't know what I can do, but I can certainly try to help. Kind of a shit scenario you got shoved into without, consenting. So, all right. Also, don't mention my own mental weirdness to Zazie. She doesn't need to hear about that. Let
Mention
me
what?
have exactly good. You don't remember. I'll take it. One stress at a time. I will. Let's focus on that. Get through the funeral. Find Smoke Boy so I can throttle him, throw him onto Osric's desk. I can't believe I can't kill the motherfucker. Anyway, let's catch up. We'll
All right, let's
get some stuff.
let's go.
All right. So while those two were having that conversation, Zazie and Kovanen were moving on ahead. We can pick up where you guys are going up the staircase around the front of the building.
And so they are. So,
Yes?
probably what's on your mind right now, hmm?
That might be a bit of an understatement.
Should we be worried that Guitarra is apparently untrustworthy, or even surprised?
I'm worried. I'm surprised. I trusted her. And she was missing teeth.
When?
But she came before I left again. She came and told me she would be going out. And she was missing teeth, Kovanen. I don't know what to do or say about it. I don't know if that's still Guitarra.
That's odd to think about. She been, I don't know, hiding her true form
So
in some
Kovanen,
way?
you
Yeah.
have an aha moment where you remember just a strange thing. Roll insight for me real quick.
Insight 17.
Nice. Good series of rolls. You remember the first time that you met the chief, that he was missing a tooth. On the right-hand side, probably about 3 teeth back.
But then, I'm assuming, wasn't missing the tooth when we just had the meeting with him in his office?
You know, I don't know if you got that good of a look at him this time. It was dark, and he didn't give you that, like, wide open smile that he gave when you guys were standing at the front door last time.
Well,
Give me one more insight.
Okay. I'm just wondering how, if, what he would be able, Kovanen would be able to connect that to, if anything, other than both were missing teeth. But, one more what? Insight?
Yep.
One more what? Insight?
Yes, one more insight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it seems notable enough for you to mention. But you do remember the last time you saw him, just, not too long ago. He seemed to have a pretty good recollection of everything that occurred, last time you guys met. He didn't really bring up any specifics, but he seemed to recognize everyone. But he didn't do that, broad shit-eating grin that he did the first time you met him, where you were able to see that far back in his mouth. And it didn't occur to
Whichever.
It didn't occur for you to look until just now.
Right. which of her teeth did it seem were missing?
DM Ash does not remember. Does Zazie?
Yeah, you remember where it was, for sure. I think we can forego the back and forth, and you guys would be able to discern that it, strangely enough, was the same position.
Right.
Um.
Right. We mentioned that we met with Chief Osric not long ago in his office because we were in trouble. We spoke with him, and I didn't get a good look at his mouth. I'm not sure if he was missing it the second time we met him, but I don't know. That's a thing. That's something. Either Chief is incredibly mischievous, or Katara is refusing to let you out of her sight, and is the Chief. I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I mean, Katara's usually rather well put together. Ashtar, they sort of have that air about them naturally.
I guess?
Maybe she's been missing it all along and was just hiding her true half-toothless self from you, and she's stressed out and let it slip.
I don't know if that's scarier than her being replaced by an imperfect lookalike.
Alright. Next time that she and Rose are both in the same room, we ask Rose to moonbeam her. Her true form will be...
That's a bit drastic.
Perhaps. But... well, I don't know. Just another thing to add to the pile, I guess, to think about. Even
Although
though it might not be a thing. I don't know.
that does bring up a question. What would you look like if you were moonbeamed?
What do you mean?
Because you can change what you look like now. Would you
I'm...
look like Kovanen under the moonbeam? Would you look like yourself? Or would you be different?
oh, as well, as far as I've ever thought about it, I'm me. I'm this. This is the truest self I know of. That I've seen.
And I guess that's really all that matters then. Right?
Right. Yeah. So that old guy in the library temple, he said we could come with you.
Yes. He encouraged it, actually.
Oh, encouraged it. Is there something he wants us to learn alongside you, or to just be there to support you, whatever works for you, or
I
did he say?
honestly don't know. Could be both, could be neither. He could bring you in and try and grill you. Do you think Zazie is capable of reading these books, or will her mind explode? I don't know.
Well, let's... I don't know what to do. That's weird. Katara... I mean, I'm not surprised that somebody mysterious said we shouldn't trust her. But to call into question where the extent of her deceit, I'm lost there. So, and certainly, if we were to ask her about it, it would be deflected as hard as anything else she has ever deflected.
Yeah.
The other morning, when you walked in on her, presumably naked, what did she look like?
Oh no, I don't want to think about that.
No. When she was so mad, is it because she was the chief and you almost saw it? Think really hard.
What?
Yes, if she's a shape change or something.
Zazie thinks back to that horrible, horrible morning. Yeah, was there anything different? Like, noticeably different about what Guitarra looked like?
The only notice
That she would have been able to notice?
The only thing you noticed was her tooth is missing.
I couldn't tell you, Kavanen.
All right. No, it's a shot in the dark. When her tooth was missing, did it seem like she was, or sound like she was speaking any differently?
No, not really.
Well, she will, I assume, be there at Grimvold's funeral.
Mhm.
But I have to keep an eye on her, I suppose.
Would it be okay if I stuck by you at the funeral?
Well,
I don't want to be alone and have Katara, like, sneak up on me or something.
Let's just say she couldn't sneak up on me, but of course, I'll be right there with you.
Thank you.
Now, I seem to remember that the gentleman downstairs in the front desk said they brought in treats from the creamery as an apology for letting that guy into our
More
rooms.
ice cream?
Let's go make sure Eli hasn't eaten it.
Yeah. I think he'd get a stomachache. And they go to the rooms.
All the way up the stairs.
Okay.
And they end their scene.
Perfect.
Woo!
All right. So as you guys are approaching, you hear Rose and Lucian kind of walking up behind you guys, having a conversation in the hallway.
Not entirely too sure about what, but sure. Yeah, we can go with that. Right?
Maybe you guys were just walking together in amicable silence. That sounds right.
I mean, it
doesn't
was also kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Yeah. Lucian and
Okay.
Rose walk up behind you guys, clearly having just been walking up in amicable silence. Can you, the two of you, roll insight?
Oh.
And
Wait,
the other-
which
The two of
two?
who? The two of who?
I'm sorry. Can Kovanen and Zazie, can you roll insight? And the other two of you roll deception.
What?
No.
It'll be a group effort on both sides. Wow, it's just bad on both sides. Let's see what happens. Although that was a nat 1 on Kovanen, so. All right.
Nat 20
I'm going to say that you guys win.
Lucian.
You guys win. Yeah, they clearly walk around the
Win
corner.
what?
You know, they were just like, hey, don't say anything, you know, out of character. They just said, hey, don't say anything to each other, and they're both like, yeah, okay. So they walk up. It looks like they hadn't been having any sort of conversation that was of note, and the two of you don't seem to notice anything strange about either of them. Zazie, you probably notice that Rose looks a little funky, but, you know, Lucian's self-assuredness dissuades you from feeling any sort of what's the right
Yeah,
word?
yeah.
You know what I mean.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You know what I'm saying. Concern. That's the word. Oh wow, concern. It's such an easy word. Okay, cool. All right, you guys walk into the rooms of your very own beautiful apartments. in the Lyrander wing of the Chalice, the Little Chalice Hotel. It's beautiful.
That's
Right.
good to know. All right.
Well, we're all
what time
here.
is it anyway? I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
What?
What?
I don't know what time it is.
Just wondering
What
how long
time
I
is it?
have.
Ian, what time is it?
Hmm. So you guys got picked up. Man, I'm gonna say it's probably like early morning, like breakfast time.
I
After,
thought it was like mid-afternoon by this point.
was it? How long were you guys in holding? Actually, never mind. You guys weren't in holding very long at all.
We didn't get
yeah,
like
but
we
it
didn't
was
get
like-
arrested. We just got transported to the offices.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's probably like the afternoon. It's heading towards high noon, I would say. Good point.
It's noon. Sorry.
Well,
I think I'm gonna just, I don't know, sit and read or think somewhere. I think
The funeral was what, like 3 or 4?
I think so.
I don't remember what
know.
the funeral invitation said. I'm gonna go take a peek at the handouts real quick. You guys chat amongst yourselves.
Yeah, just put it.
In the meantime, Zazie, if you need anything, or let me know. Which one of us, and this is player asking other player, which one of us has the egg currently? Is it Zazie or
I-
Rose?
think
Oh,
Yulia
still
still
good
has
roll,
it.
You bastards.
I want to roll. I want to roll this time.
You're-
I want to roll this
You
time.
girl.
21.
Out of 100? Oh yeah, nothing,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
nothing happens at all. In fact, that like the egg begins to heal. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, what happens is Yulia flicks an ear, like, oh hey, they're back. Back to reading. Aunt Yulia. It's hilarious.
Okay, I got nothing to do. Can we like skip some time or something so we can
Yeah.
stop getting asked what we're doing?
Yeah, all Rose is gonna be doing is reading.
Can we skip some
Oh.
time so we can stop getting asked what we're doing? Fuck you.
Yeah, damn.
The boys and Zazie can get their fancy suits out.
Yeah, I'm gonna swap into my plain, unspecified shift weave, and then it changes into a black suit. Kavana nods in the mirror, satisfied with how mournful it looks, and then changes it back into something comfortable for the time being.
Cool. Let's see. I'm gonna say it's at dusk.
Okay.
This was something that Rose and I had put up to discuss at one point or another to decide what a traditional Shadow March's funeral looked like, and we never got around to figuring out exactly what
Did-
that was.
I don't remember that conversation, so sure, we'll say that.
We didn't
It
have a
was on the table
conversation,
and we
that's
knew-
why.
Yeah. I don't remember the first part of that conversation either. Talking about discussing it.
Yeah, it was just
It's like a Viking. It's gonna be like a Viking funeral, but instead of like launching the flaming arrow at him as he floats away on the boat, you just wait till he gets eaten by gators.
Yeah, that's fucked up. There's
It's
no
like-
gators in Sharn though, so
You know, it's probably just gonna be like traditional burial funeral.
In what dirt?
yeah.
There's
Well,
dirt and Sharn
yeah,
somewhere.
there's dirt and rubble and whatnot.
tie a big balloon to him and just
Or
push
a
him off the balcony.
or crematorium. Probably cremation.
Oh yeah.
We can say it's cremation.
Okay. All right. So, do you guys just want to kind of, fast track to the
Yes.
funeral?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, I think we've conversed about the highlights, so
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys definitely got some
Yeah.
good stuff in. All right. So you pass through the afternoon doing whatever the fuck it is that you guys decide to do. A little bit of reading, a little bit of hanging out. The baby and Zamra seem to be sound asleep for the time being, and Katera is nowhere to be found. Chip is resting. Would you guys have let him into the room to rest, or where would he be?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was taking over Rose's room for the time being.
So downstairs.
Yeah, wherever Rose took up residence. I don't think that was firmly established other than that she got moved into the Daliander wing.
Okay. So, Lucian, you take charge. You bring the group to the area noted in your invitation. It is in the cliffside area.
Mm-hmm.
And so along the Dagger River, you are on a patch of grass. There are some
Excuse me.
there's some mausoleums and all sort of different burial areas, clearly from different faiths. There's a large waterfall running from the side, kind of cascading down, and then running out down over an area into cliffside below you, and then running into the Dagger River.
Okay.
You pull up to the edge of it. You see an area for you to dock. It's kind of a small skylift area. You guys disembark. And off in the distance, you see an area kind of a path winding back. And there's a group of people just kind of standing there.
Are they like dressed in funeral clothing or just like normal clothing?
They're dressed in funeral clothing.
Okay.
do
Probably
we
the rest of them.
recognize any of them from a distance before we accidentally crash someone else's funeral?
Roll perception.
But 15.
Okay. Yeah, Kovanen, you actually notice or recognize a couple of people from your quick glance. 15. Did anybody else roll perception or just Kovanen?
I can roll.
You recognize Rebecca, actually. You recognize Felt. There are probably 2 or 3 other people that you don't recognize. And off in the distance, overlooking the, there's like a walkway that kind of switchbacks up like a carved stone staircase that switchbacks up to another small burial area above, and the chief is standing there, just kind of looking down at the party below it. What do you guys do?
Rose is gonna start making her way. Kind of shrugs her shoulders a couple of times and starts heading towards Rebecca and Felt.
Is Katara obviously in attendance as we start to get closer?
Oh yeah, Katara is definitely there.
Okay, we've spotted them in the same place as each other. All right, then,
Consider one
I guess we'll get out of the sky cab. Walk that way. I guess that's the next thing to do.
Yeah, so you walk
Yeah.
across the grounds of a couple of different, I guess, burial sites. Different types of burial sites. And you see the officiant standing over where Lucky is laid to rest upon a cairn of stones.
Grimvor.
Grimvor.
Sorry, Lucky. Grimvor, sorry.
Soon. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, it's nice. The officiator's just standing there. He's an older orc male with billowing robes, and he's wearing a tabard almost that's split in the front, and just kind of billowing in the wind on the edge of the cliffside.
That's Grummash, I'm guessing.
Yes.
So Rose will probably make her way towards him, just like mostly out of curiosity, but also just wanting to thank him, pay her respects, because I mean she is a gatekeeper herself.
He welcomes you.
So.
He's very taciturn. There doesn't seem to be any affection coming from him. He's holding a book under his arm. You know, his robes
Rose
are blowing in
wasn't
the wind.
expecting infection, so
He just nods to you, sister.
thank you. Honestly.
Is everyone in attendance?
One's gonna look around as if checking, even though he wouldn't know who would be missing. But
Felt stands up. He has a small leather-bound writing board in front of him. He opens it up, and the pages are flipping in the wind, and he looks down at it, and he looks at the crowd around you. Probably 5 or 6 people that you don't know. And he just nods and sits back down. The officiator looks back out across everyone. As he looks out across each of you, I want everyone to make a save. I want you to use your spellcasting modifier as your save, whatever it may be.
If everybody is within 30 feet of me, don't forget to add the +2.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna help a nat 1.
I see 2. I see that you made 2 saves.
Yeah,
Pressed it twice.
Yeah,
I
that's
always,
true. You made a 14.
I always
the first one.
forget.
yeah.
Your wisdom.
I always forget. Oh yeah, wisdom. Okay, thank you. So you said wisdom save, right?
Yep.
For you. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Cool. Thank you. 18 with
An attitude?
Rose's help.
Okay. So as Gromish looks out across each of you, he makes eye contact with each of you. And you feel this sense of ominous dread pass over you as he looks by you. And each of you are able to shake off that feeling of dread that begins creeping in as he looks out across everyone. You notice a couple of people in the crowd kind of like begin to look really uncomfortable and look away from him, or look down, or or look at their hands, or do something, where their posture changes in a way where they're affected by it. You're pretty easily able to discern what happened. You know what you just experienced. Yeah, Zazie.
For
was
the
fine.
players.
Zazie, you rolled a 14 for your first roll, so you're good.
Yeah, which
Oh,
would have
yeah.
been a 16. Now keep in mind, Rose's rolls are already calculated because D&D Beyond will automatically add that to my rolls.
Oh yeah, you're still fine.
So if you added, okay, because with her 13, I didn't know if you were adding 2 to that.
Yeah. You said you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Good.
No worries.
So
No worries.
You
Rose
said
will
we
probably.
knew. You said we knew what this effect was.
You understand what the effect was on other people. Whether or not you actually know what the effect was itself, well, if you are trying to discern this as a character, give me an insight.
Sure. I mean, if it feels different or whatever than normal, then I'll add it.
9.
I
Yeah, Rose, you don't even want to know.
know.
You're
I'm
like,
going to
man,
pretend that didn't exist.
man, last time he looked at me like that, it was bad news. Kovanen, you feel like you were being weighed. Being judged.
Okay.
So some haunting music kind of creeps out across the procession. There's a small group of people singing in a choir, someone playing a fife. He looks out across everyone. He opens his book. We gather here today to pay our respects, honoring the life and legacy of Grimval, a beloved soul who walked the path of both the gate and the key. In this sacred union of our traditions, we celebrate the spirit and bid them farewell on the journey to the realms of our ancestors. Let us begin the ceremony with a moment of silence. Allow each of us to offer our personal farewells.
I'm so confused by his accent.
It's from the bayou. It's okay. It's like swamp people.
It's like the Mawage priest from
No, it isn't. It is
the
not.
Princess Bride
It's
movie,
not
but
that.
not
Don't
really.
make him go there. Don't make Bo do it.
I'm not doing it. Not doing it. It's a very, very light Bayou accent. I was not going to go all the way into it because it can be kind of racist. It's a little bit of French, it's a little bit of Haitian, it's a little bit of hillbilly.
Pretty
No,
much.
it's totally legit. It's great.
So the crowd kind of falls into silence and is only broken by the soft sound of the candles flickering in the wind and a little bit of mist kind of sprinkling across. We start by invoking the power of the Gatekeeper, calling on the power of the All-Mother, and grant us wisdom and guidance. We honor you, Grimvor, for your bravery, your strength, and determination. Your traits that embody the power of the warrior. And we honor you for your intelligence, charisma, and guile as the traits that embody the traveler. He looks around.
Rose is just standing as straight as she can, head bowed, hands behind her back.
Hail, Almighty.
She's not sitting.
Eberron, grant us your presence as we tribute to your fallen son, Grimvor. May his spirits be guided to your wisdom and find eternal rest in your halls. Please race. He lifts his hands.
Stand up.
I believe so, yeah.
All hail
Yep.
the power of Eberron. You may be seated.
I will sit.
I will give each of you the opportunity to speak about Grimvor. If you do not wish to speak, you may remain silent and keep your words to yourself. This will conclude our ceremony. He walks over and he uncorks a large bottle of what looks like something in like a clay jar with a big handle on it. And he just starts pouring it over Grimvor's body. And then he lights Grimvor on fire.
Very well.
You can see that he's like beginning to tear up a little bit. He just kind of like looks down at Grimvor. His like fists are clenched. His tusks are like pushing up and his face just kind of curling into this like mess of emotion. And he just turns away and walks away. Grimvor looks pretty good. He looks a lot better than last time you saw him.
Are you saying that because he's
On fire.
yeah like
Up until-
he's
up
big
until that
burning on,
He's
you-
charred.
Okay.
As the flames begin to roll around him, you know, his body and clothing and everything does seem to burn. But for a moment,
How's it smell? How's it smell? Like, yeah, like barbecue or.
Fucking delicious.
Mm.
Oh
I mean,
my
we're
god.
like pig people, right?
I was just gonna say that. Oh man, is it
Everyone
like a nice?
remember to bring your fork and knife and your barbecue sauce.
Wow. No.
I don't know if barbecue sauce in the bayou.
Yeah, definitely not. I don't.
Barbecue
I
sauce
just.
and bio.
I was going off the cuff. I wasn't really thinking. You know.
No, you weren't. Were you?
Cajun seasoning.
Yeah.
Old Bay.
Just-
Okay.
No, Old
Old
Bay.
Bay.
That's Maryland.
Oh.
Tabasco
That's like-
sauce.
Maybe Tabasco or Louisiana hot sauce.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's burning. Each of you have a moment. You see a couple of people stand up, holding hands, and you see them speak over his body as it burns. They do some gestures of prayer and sit back down. Felt stands up, and he walks over and he pulls a piece of paper out of his pocket, and you watch as he catches like the corners of it on fire and just holds it and lets it burn in his hand until it burns just down to the last little bit at like, where his thumb is. You can see it's probably burning the shit out of his fingers, and he just crumbles it up and throws it in, and he sits back down.
Rose
I
would probably
will-
be the last to go, but she does have an offering to go with Grimvor. But she'd prefer to be the last to go, honestly. So if no one else, that's when she'd queue up.
As the people start, what am I trying to say? Whatever. After a few minutes, Kovanen will lean over towards Rose, whisper just a bit. If there's like a big pause and the people going up to speak over his body, that's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to? Do you need someone to walk up there with you?
No, I'll be fine, but thank you.
All right.
And yeah, if she's the last one, she's the last one. She'll approach the beer, pull out a dried kind of rose from one of her not that she needs one, but one of her component pouches, and toss it onto the fire. Grimvor, gotten too soon. But I'm gonna get the bastard. You're not gonna go off without knowing that, at least. I'm gonna get lucky out. And I'll get that son of a bitch that stabbed you. Wish you could have stuck around a bit longer. Not done learning from you yet. As she walks away, she will stop by Felt and see if he needs a little bit of healing for his fingers.
He seems okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then Rose will nod to him and then join where the rest of her party is. She has not sat down this entire time. She is staying on her feet. Has Grommash left, or is he kind of hanging around? Because she will look for him.
No, he's still there. You can kind of see him over by. There's like a small area where there's a couple of different effigies. He seems to be doing some sort of prayers.
I'm gonna try to keep an eye on Osric. At least once people start moving around, and it's not so obvious that I'm turning around in my chair. Keeping an eye on Osric and Katara.
Give me a perception roll on Osric.
8.
8. You were able to see that when the fire lit up, it kind of whooshed up, and as the fire kind of went back down, he was no longer standing up there anymore.
Okay. Any change in Katara's countenance when that happened?
Roll insight.
$18.
No, not really. You noticed her notice him leave. Or him not be there.
Okay. Well, I'll just sit quietly and wait for people to start standing up and, speaking with one another.
When that happens, Rose is gonna break away to join Gromash and just kind of silently wait for him to finish his own prayers, offering her own at the altar. Or the effigies.
Yeah, he's standing over there.
She wants to ask him. Yeah, she wants to ask him a couple of questions, but she also doesn't want to interrupt him necessarily to ask those questions.
Okay, so you approach him then?
Yeah, she's gonna approach.
What does it look like
Definitely
when you
in her
approach?
most respectful. She's being respectful. She's giving him distance and waiting for him to acknowledge her. And like while she's waiting, she was probably offering her own prayers to whatever refugees, if she recognizes them, that he's at.
Okay. Roll religion.
She's okay. She is very much like she knows she's the junior member here, essentially. 7. I was rolling really good earlier tonight, and now I'm rolling like shit.
You do see him standing at one of the effigies specifically, in the what you recognize to be the court of the basically the faith that you belong to, which is kind of a strange combination of different faiths. Basically, you guys worship the Traveler and Eberron, the gate and the key.
Yeah.
But there are more esoteric parts of lore to the religion that you are not indoctrinated into. And as you know, there are different subsects of your religion, more pagan branches. And
Yeah, like
that's
her mother's.
right. And that's where he's standing right now, in front of one of those effigies that you recognize, but you don't know what it is. And he has the bottle that he poured over Grimvor's body. It's just this large, maybe like 2-gallon jug made out of rough kilned clay. And occasionally he's taking a drink out of it and lets it hang between his legs as he sits on one of the benches and loosely holding the book of the gate in his hand, reading a passage over and over again.
Is he reading it out loud or reading it to himself?
He's reading it
silently?
out loud. You can hear him murmuring it. You can't hear what he's saying, but you can hear the pace of his words as though it's like a chant that he begins saying and then stops and then takes a drink and then he says it again and he turns a bead on his wristband.
Yeah, she's not gonna. To her, that sounds like he is offering a litany style prayer, so she's not gonna interrupt him while
Definitely.
he's going through, like, what is essentially the closest analog that I can think of as a player is a rosary, essentially. So,
Roll perception for me.
can I get more than a 10? A 14.
Okay. You hear him say, "Now let us honor the tradition, calling upon Lao, the spirit who guide us in our earthly endeavors. We seek the presence of death and transition. Who will guide us on the journey to the other side?" And he just keeps saying that over and over and over again.
Can you spell the god he invoked?
Loa.
No, okay, low. Okay, he's actually calling on Loa, not a specific god.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not gonna say anything until he's done. Essentially, she's just gonna wait patiently and politely. It's not polite to interrupt somebody in prayer. Essentially. So. She might sit next to him, but she's not gonna interrupt him.
So, let me get a religion check from you again real quick.
Alright. 19.
19. You recognize the name, the LOA name, to be the primary deity that your mother follows, is the name that she uses for
Okay.
it.
Okay. I might have some questions after the session. Just player to jam. But that's not for right now.
Sure.
So, but
So you don't interrupt it then?
not unless you feel that there is an opportunity that Rose should.
That's entirely up to you.
Well, I mean, Rose is polite, and I don't want this to turn into a stalemate of stubborn old man versus polite young woman.
Roll insight.
$11.
He looks like he's approachable.
During a pause between repetitions, she'll kind of gently interrupt with, "How well did you know him?"
He pauses and just kind of looks down at the book and looks up at you.
She's not hiding anything. Like, if he were to roll insight, he'd garner whatever information you'd think he'd be gathering.
Why do you ask?
No, I was only a student. But he honestly became like a grandfather figure to me. So,
What makes you think that I know him?
well then, for a second. Dog just knocked over the trash can. No, you were you look like you did, at least. I don't know. Maybe you don't. I don't know anybody in Dura. And yet here I am.
Yeah. I don't know him anymore. He passes you the bottle.
She'll take a cautious swig. It may not be the best judgment she's ever made, but she'll take a sip.
Okay. Make it easy Constitution save. Yeah, you're fine.
17.
It burns like fucking fire.
Wait, I don't know what else I expected there as a player. Like, at least that ain't tequila. Oof.
Yeah, it's basically pure distilled grain alcohol.
So Everclear or moonshine.
Oh yeah, no, like fucking
Okay.
Everclear. He reaches out to take the bottle back.
She offers it back. Doesn't resist the take back. And
All right, you get back with your friends now. Your buddy Felt has a couple pieces of paper that Grimville left behind. You should probably talk to him about that.
I will. Well, if you're ever back in Fairhaven, wouldn't mind saying hi to you again.
Yeah, I got a feeling that I'll probably see you somewhere else first.
Hopefully, not in a professional capacity. She tries to give a grin, but she's holding back like her own grief at this point. So,
He
but
just
she'll
reaches out and grabs one of your shoulders and gives it a squeeze.
Alright. Thank you again. She'll like kind of clasp his wrist on her shoulder before standing and giving her bow before returning to her friends. So,
Yeah, don't mention it. Be careful out there, okay?
I'll try. I'll survive this so far.
He nods.
So. Alright. And once she's bowed and turned back to her friends, you kind of see her shrug and square her shoulders, kind of touching briefly the shoulder that he just touched. Not out of, like, trying to shrug off any sensation, but more like just trying to remember, like, that brief moment of comfort kind of thing before returning, like she said, to the party, or like I said to the party. Right. Felt, you've got stuff for us?
Yeah. Yeah, he had a will.
Not surprised. Do you want to get back to the hotel, or God knows?
You know, I think we're gonna meet in a couple of days. I've got some loose ends to tie up at the bank, and you know, legal shit.
Whatever, yeah, whatever Michael asked you to do too.
Whatever. Who?
Michael? Or not Michael, shit. Frankie. That's right, combat. Player derped. Rose
Okay.
would have said Frankie.
Yeah. Rose said Frankie. Yeah. That turned out to be an interesting situation. We'll see how that comes out. For sure. I haven't followed up on that one yet.
Alright.
Hey, what did he say?
What felt?
Yeah.
Okay, you cut out mid whatever you were just saying, so
I
I only
said-
caught part of that.
I said, yeah.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said what felt. I'm sorry. I said, what did
Yeah.
he say?
What did who say?
Gromish.
Just that I'll probably be seeing him soon. I'm not going to think about the implications of that because I probably know what he means, and I don't want to think about that right now.
All right. Yeah, if you can just let everybody else know. Meet me at Morgrave University in 2 days, 5 p.m.
2 days and 5 p.m.
Yeah, we'll get everything signed off, and
You do realize the last time that we were asked to get to Morgrave in the evening,
yeah,
she just
I
kind of
realize.
casually.
But yeah, I have some loose ends to tie up before I can share everything in the will. But I'll do a reading of the will. There'll be a couple other people there, but it's mostly just you guys. So, that gives you a couple of days to clean up the other shit. So hopefully that works out.
All right. I'm going to try to do my best to resolve Lucky's situation.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I was kind of handling a couple of other things when, you know.
To be fair, I fucked up there just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Well, I've got the back end covered on that. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna try to find that bastard. Smokey McGee, whatever his fucking name is.
Smokey McGee.
Unless you got a better name that you've dug up somewhere.
No, I think that's good enough.
I mean,
All right. I'm gonna let everybody else know. Okay.
I mean, oh, they are right beside you, but I guess they walked off the moment I showed up.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna round them up.
Alright.
Sorry this happened.
Rose just shrugs.
So, he walks back over to the rest of you guys. I'm guessing you're just kind of hanging out there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Looks at Zazie. Lucian.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna have you guys meet me at Morgrave 2 nights from now, 5 p.m.
Okay. 2 nights?
Yeah. Not tomorrow, the next night.
Got it.
Are you guys gonna get up and say anything?
Have I not been saying things? Oh, wait, no. Hold on. That was player derp. No. I don't think I will.
How about you guys? He looks over at Lucian and Kovanen. Just nods his head.
I didn't really know him well enough to say much at his funeral, but I'm sure my being here, he knows my heart.
Okay. Yeah, Katera and Rebecca are over there if you guys want to say hi to them. They were invited too, so obviously. All right, I'm gonna head out, guys.
Stay safe.
Yeah, thanks. I'll see you. He slings his pack over his shoulder and tucks some papers into, the binder and puts it in there and walks off. And I think that's a good opportunity for us to take a bio break. 20 minutes late. Sorry, guys. All right. Be back in 10. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Anybody else here?
Never left.
Just the skeletons.
Skeletons.
I never left.
Do
And
we have-
Lucian.
Do we have
to
Kovanen?
you.
I know he left to go get food.
You might be eating a blueberry cinnamon muffin. No, cinnamon raisin. Cinnamon raisin bagel. That's what he
Oh yeah,
eats.
yeah, yeah.
Nope, I had a sandwich with peanut butter and apple butter on it.
Huh. Apple butter. That's.
How far have you fallen?
Ain't nothing wrong with peanut butter and apple butter. That sounds damn delicious, honestly.
Yeah, but it's been so long since you've come back and told me, hey, I had a piece of cinnamon raisin toast.
Yeah,
And then
that's-
I
that's
go,
really
bleh,
gross.
it's gross.
So
Oof.
I do want to apologize to everybody. I know I took a long time with Rose there. Her NPC died, so I wanted to make sure I gave it, the right amount of screen time. So
I said nothing.
who said you said?
Now, in
anything?
my defense, I thought that y'all were with Felt.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't know.
nobody
At the
said
same
anything.
time.
I was totally unprompted. I was just apologizing. You know what I mean? For no reason really. But I appreciate you guys. Your understanding. So. All right. We will pick up where we left off. Felt has just walked away, and you see Gitara and what the fuck, Rebecca, Jesus, having a conversation. There are a couple other people there you don't recognize that appear to be getting up to leave.
Well, I know the kinds of things that I say at funerals, but that's sad, and we can just pretend that Kovanen says the normal things you say to people who have lost somebody important.
I mean, is anybody collecting Rose or coming to get her? Or y'all just letting her be for the moment?
Collecting her? Is she at
She's
risk of
off.
wandering off?
I mean, she's off to the side, just kind of watching the fire. Lost her own thoughts.
Yeah, Zazie isn't gonna go start a conversation. She's been silent the whole time, and that's how she'll remain.
Okay. So the other people at the funeral have walked off. Katara and Zamra. I'm sorry. Katara and Rebecca are talking. I suppose Zamra would probably be sitting in the back with the baby. Just watching silently. What's everybody doing?
Well, Kovanen's there with Zazie, presumably also with Lucian. Get up and say, well, I suppose we should probably speak with the others. There's likely some business to attend to in the near future. While we're all here, say the things we need to say.
Yeah, let's go get that all taken care of.
Start approaching Guitarra and Rebecca.
Okay. Rebecca's just taking notes about what Guitarra is saying to her. Rebecca looks up at you as you approach. She's like, "Oh, hi. Hey, guys."
Hi. Guitarra.
Hello. Kovan.
Sorry, I've...
And you look like Voss
They've
right now,
had
right?
No, I'm at the funeral. I'm Kovan.
Okay.
Never really had to do this before. I had one of these, but of course, you know, I'm sorry.
Yes, me too. We were very close for a long time.
But I know you work together, of course, colleagues to some extent, and to the order of the GM or order of the
The
Sphinx?
the
Order of
enigmatic
esoteric.
enigmatic order of the Sphinx.
Enigmatic order of the Sphinx, and of course in the order together. But I didn't know it had such a history.
Who? Him and I, you mean?
Yes.
How many things you don't know, Kovanen?
Well, I do know that.
Good.
DM, important question.
Mm-hmm.
Is she missing a tooth? She's still missing that tooth.
Roll perception.
2.
No, that's not a 2. It's a nat 1.
Ah, yes.
5% chance of. Yeah, another 2 would get you very far, but yeah.
Die.
You can't tell. It's on the other side of her mouth, and you can't seem just to find the right angle to see it.
I mean, I'm there talking to her. Am I able to see it without just like looking at her mouth?
Well, you can try. Roll perception.
Just be like, oh yeah, Guitar, that's nice. Stare at her teeth. No, trying not to do that.
Roll performance as well,
Okie doke.
or deception.
19.
Performance is great though. Let's see. Damn. Okay. Yeah, the tooth is still missing.
Okay, where did we leave off? She said there's a lot you don't know, and it's very okay. Well, I overheard across the entire crowd from a great distance away that Felt said we had some business to take care of in a couple days.
Do we?
Oh, I was sort of hoping you might know. I didn't catch him before he walked away, but
I didn't speak with him.
will we see you back at the room?
Of course, eventually.
The idea when he knows Ozzy will ask.
Right here, Kovanen.
Oh, hello, you were behind me.
You see that she was looking at Zazu, who had been standing right next to you.
And if you had been listening and paying attention, Felt was talking about the reading of the will.
I wasn't
Right.
invited.
Oh,
Perhaps I will be later.
Well, we only just now heard about it, so he'll get around to it, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Well, then I guess I'll see you back at the room. And Kavanan turns on to walk away because they told Katara that apparently they informed Katara that she wasn't invited, so he wants to leave
Yeah.
the situation.
oh, buddy, I'm right behind you.
She seemed troubled, like for sure. She seemed very upset.
It's funny.
Rebecca scrambles after you guys as you begin to walk away. Hey, so is it
Oh.
okay if I take a statement from you, Kavanan, and Zazie, please? Lucy?
Oh. About what?
All this? Okay, listen. Before
Wait, yes, I
continue,
can say something. If
I'm writing
Okay.
a small piece, a small puff piece, for the Sharn Inquisitive, and I just, the closer I can get to what actually happened, and I might actually be able to put a little bit of a spin on things, and if I can get the right information, I might be able to make it look like Lucky is the good guy. Getting framed and all that. I just have to be very careful about how I make my statements because the watch is touchy.
right.
If my piece indicates the watch, it may not get published. And if it does, it may not end well for me.
Right. No, I wouldn't ask you to. It implicated the watch in any way.
How can you know?
But sure. Okay. I can say something. Yes. Go on.
Okay. So she takes statements from each of you about today and about what happened, and you see her taking notes. Okay, thank you guys. I'll see you in 2 nights.
Yeah,
If
2 nights.
yes, if not before. Where are you staying? Did you not have a room in the suite?
Oh, I'm.
Or do you have business? Or do you have business to attend to until then?
No, I'm in the House Citizen Cleave. I picked up a little bit of a bit of side work while I'm here, and I'm just trying to keep
You
my
would.
ear to the ground.
Well, fair enough.
I do have some information that I want to share with you guys badly, but I can't right now.
Well, who knows how long we'll be here, so you likely have plenty of time.
Well, let me know
Get
before
around
you
it.
go, because when you guys are gone, I want to be going with you. I don't want to be here. I mean, if I had it my way, we'd leave tomorrow.
Oh, yes, of course.
Listen, there's some bad things going on in Dora right now.
We know. Or rather, we suspect.
I have a really strange feeling that it's at the heart of everything that's going on. Anyway, I'll see you guys in 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah. If you guys come across a guy named Cyrus, be very, very careful.
Oh, is he dangerous?
Yes. He's
Good
very
to
dangerous.
know.
I don't have all the details right now, and now is not a place where I can discuss it. But I'll tell you in 2 nights. Just stay out of trouble until then. Please?
We promise not to get in trouble.
Yeah, okay. She kind of reaches out and grabs Kavanna's hand and just squeezes it for a second, and then, looks over at Zazie and just, like, reaches her arm up and kind of, like, because she's so tiny, she can't really grab your shoulder, but she just, like, puts her hand, like, on your hip, and gives, like, your belt a little shake. Nods at Lucian. Okay.
Yes.
2 nights. Do not
2 nights.
fuck up.
Ah. We have nothing but the best intentions.
And I'll try not to fuck up either. I'll see you then.
Stay safe.
Harder than it sounds. Alright, I'll see you then. She kind of scampers off.
It spins around. Alright, whatever we do, Lucian, we cannot meet anyone named Cyrus. Especially Endura.
All right. Serious question. How do we know that we're not meeting somebody named Cyrus unless we go up to them, ask them their names, and find out whether or not their names are Cyrus?
If they look creepy and dangerous, we should probably stay away.
Okay, you guys do know that you just met a guy named Cyrus McQuaid?
Oh,
Or,
where
I'm
was
sorry.
he?
I'm sorry, in
Was he,
Quaid.
was he Endura?
He was the guy. The fucking weird creepy guy that
Did
was
we,
laughing at you.
did we meet him in Endura? Where I said we shouldn't meet Cyrus?
Yeah,
That's
man.
the joke.
okay. Lucian was playing along. I am sorry.
Ah, Jesus.
My bad. I'm so sorry. I'm turning off the mic.
And this is
Right.
the fucking guy that's running our game. Jesus.
No, right?
We
Do you wanna
love
know the
him
worst
anyways,
part?
though.
Do you want to know the worst
What?
part? I'm drinking Sprite that has absolutely no carbonation.
Ew.
Why?
Okay. I thought you were gonna say absolutely no alcohol.
I'm not gonna get into it. But there's no carbonation. Anyway, continue.
Alright. Well. Apparently Rebecca knows Cyrus is bad news. This is obviously, by the way, Cyrus, we met him. He's bad news.
Do I want to ask more?
I mean, I don't see why not. But later. We're in the middle of a
Okay.
funeral. So let's collect the rest of us and make sure everyone is alright, And then I will look around for Rose.
And she's still just kind of where Felt left her. She's just watching the sunset, if it hasn't set already. The fire, that sort of thing. She definitely looks like she's lost in her own head at the moment.
Yeah, the sunset has dropped over the ocean, the Straits of Shargon, off of the coast of the Dagger River, and the first tendrils of darkness have begun to slink across the sky. Ominously gripping inky darkness.
A way to set the scene, GM. I love it.
Well, I guess after letting her think, if she's thinking anything at all, for a few moments, Kavanna will approach. Right, so it seems, Rose.
Yeah. Right.
Right. So it seems
I guess
it's sort of winding down. When will you be ready to go? I believe there's some more things for us to speak about. I mean, of course, do what you need to do. Take your time.
nothing much else I can do here. I was hoping I'd, get a chance to talk to Osric, but he's made himself scarce.
No, yes, he left rather quickly, abruptly, even.
Yeah, Roy didn't notice him leave, so she doesn't notice he's not there because she was looking for him. Unless I am mistaken, but yeah.
Well,
there's
we'll be waiting,
Magda.
with Lucian over by the, or whatever we're calling these things, floating carriages.
Death traps.
Sky
Yes.
Coach or Sky Taxi.
Death traps. My God.
Rose does not like flying. So,
Whenever you're ready,
she'll-
please feel free to join us, I suppose.
I'm ready.
Right.
I got a lot of work to do in 2 days.
Well, we're not allowed to get into any trouble. Rebecca's orders.
Oh, if only she knew. Right. Rose will follow Kovan and back to the rest of the group. What do you think she knows? Did she tell you?
Oh, yes. She mentioned a little bit of some things I think we were already suspicious of, but she will speak to us about all of that later. She said she couldn't do it here. Well, you two, Rose is ready. I'm ready. If you're ready,
Yeah, let's go back.
All right.
they go back.
Yeah.
So you
Unless
guys
you want
go
us to
back
narrate the right back.
to the hotel.
Mhm.
You get there. I would say Zamra's with you. She kind of packs up the baby and swaddles them off to to their room. And it's just you guys. Katera's not there. Grimvor's dead.
Hmm.
Oh, Chip can have his room.
I guess Julia's there. Yeah, Chip is in Grimvor's room, probably sleeping on the floor right now. But yeah,
Nice.
otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, we moved Chip into Grimbor's room. Okay. Rose has a room back, yay.
I mean, it is the one room that's not needed anymore.
Yeah. It's, to be fair, it probably was already well packed up.
Wait.
I
Are
don't-
you sleeping with Chip?
When we got back, because Rose didn't want to touch Grimbor's room, she shoved Chip into her room, and she was going to crash on the couch until further notice.
Okay, not as funny, but it still works.
I mean, unless you want Rose to be, platonically in bed with a random cab driver.
I mean, you've
That's
heard the
really up
stories
to-
about
that's
about
playful.
guys being in prison.
Oh yeah. Whew. Anyway,
Anyway, they're back at the hotel room.
Anyway, so Kvanan magically changes out of his very sad, very black, mournful suit instantly via magic clothing. And sits down.
Zazie goes and mundanely changes out of her own black suit into her pajamas.
Um,
Gotta say, it looks really sharp out there.
Oh, did I? Did that? You think that worked for me? Sort of. I don't know. It's too much black.
Maybe if you made it a dark green?
I mean, you have a point. I did get that suit, that tux, with the green embroidery.
2 days. 2 days.
What are we
Question
going
for
to-
the GM for timekeeping. We know this close to the start of Long Shadows. Is that in game tomorrow, or is that in a couple of days in game timeline?
I mean, I would have to look at the calendar to make sure, but it's pretty much beginning to happen now. You know, it's over the course of several days. The process, you know, we'll say the first night or the the celebration leading up to it would begin tomorrow.
Okay, that was my question. It's like, when is the first night of
Oh,
Long
I
Shadows?
forgot. Lucky asked us to meet him here at that season.
Yeah, we're far back.
Well, 2 days. What are we going to do for 2 days?
Well, tomorrow, the old guy at the Overlook wanted me to bring you all back.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right.
I don't know how
Sure.
long that would take. So,
I mean, I'm probably going to be multitasking for a little bit. See what I can dig up.
Oh, we can't lose the trail of that
Smokey McGee.
smoke guy,
mhm.
sewer escapee smoke man.
Smokey McFuckface. What do we want to call him? We gotta give him a name.
I don't know. Whatever we call him, we're going to know who you're talking about.
True. That being said, yeah. Do you still have a track on him?
She reaches out. She pauses, like puts her hands on her temples, and reaches out. Can she still feel the guy?
Yeah, you can. I'm not sure exactly how the ability works. I know it lasts for some time, continuously until
It lasts perpetually.
Yeah, until for some reason it gets removed.
Mhm.
But you're able to tell that he's somewhere below you.
I still feel him.
Probably in fucking Dora.
He's below us.
That's
Right. Well, not comforting since he's way down there. Who knows where the fuck? But it's good that you can still feel him. So there's that. That's another thing. What else?
There is also the matter of talking to my cousin, which is also of great importance, considering it would drastically slow down the execution of Lucky.
That's
What?
probably a bit time sensitive, I would say.
Yeah,
The
take care of
sooner
that
the better.
first.
Do you need anything from me for that one? I don't know.
A nice tall glass of whiskey, but like not right now, but like right before I go.
So will it be as simple as picking up the stone and giving her a shout? Right?
She's not one for social networking. She's more of a up close and personal type of person.
Well, Where is she?
Where is she, DM?
Well, she is in the Cathalis Manor in this city. You would know, Lucian, that she lives in basically the Cathalis family home that would have been. So, when you first came out this way, you were working in Zalargo, working directly with the shipping that was coming in from Zalargo and having stuff processed to become, soulbind. Because all the soul binding was done by the Zil gnomes. After which point, everything was moved here for distribution. Distribution. Can't fucking talk. I'm getting a fucking lisp. Everything was moved here for distribution. And your cousin before you was doing a pretty shitty job. And you knew that. But your dad respected him for some reason. You haven't really figured out what the fuck that is yet. But still, somehow things managed to get done here. Give me an insight roll.
Sure. Does this proc my advantage?
It would, actually.
Hell yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
That's a 20.
See how you only got that and knew that after you asked?
Huh.
Do you see now the virtues of asking?
Yeah, always ask. Anyway,
Was it
so
Ask and thou shalt receive?
yeah, and he does receive. But anyway, you know that, and you knew the reason why shit was actually getting done was because Erica was following behind Carlisle, cleaning up all of his fucking bullshit messes.
Mhm.
You didn't say anything or do anything about it because you were also having your own bullshit messes back in fucking Zalargo because you were partying all the time.
Yes, of course.
But you knew she was taking care of stuff. Now she's running the fucking business and is doing better than ever.
Wait, she's running both ends of the operation right now?
Well, no. She's running everything that's been coming in from Zalargo, which last we heard, who's been running the Zalargo operation? It was Carlisle.
Carlisle, yeah.
Huh. Who knows what's going on down there then?
We should probably go to Zalago. All right. So yeah. But you know what's really funny is that you still haven't told me where the fucking mansion is.
Okay. It is going to be in. Let me make sure I know what the name of this area is. The Skyway.
I figured.
The most well-to-do, richest motherfucking place in the entire city. It's not even attached to the towers. It's literally floating above everywhere else. And you know what? I'll let you decide whether she lives in Brilliant or Azure.
I'm gonna go ahead and Google what that means.
It might actually be Brilliance. I'm not sure, but it's something along those lines.
It's brilliant, Azure.
All I'm getting is Microsoft Azure, so I don't know what the fuck.
Well, we'll go with
They're
that then.
Two.
So I'm just gonna say that she is in a very lavish home.
Yeah, but she's a drow, so it's like, man, she lives in Azure, There's like lots of trees and stuff like that. There's gardens in that entire part of it, it's all arborist, whereas Brilliance is more like white mana.
Sure.
Right, so she's just up top. It probably couldn't be very difficult to get a ride up there, right?
I mean, I would imagine not. We do have
Oh, I'm being sarcastic. I'm entirely expecting that they just won't let us in. Won't let us fly up there.
That is a very good question. DM, would it be difficult for us to get up there? To gain entrance?
Roll history.
Just fly right on up.
Roll history. Does this proc my advantage?
Oh, definitely. Double super advantage. No, you rolled,
16.
you rolled a 7.
No, I rolled a 16.
I'll give you advantage in this situation for sure.
You literally just said I get super advantage.
I was being sarcastic because we were making fun of Zazie right now. Anyway, but I will actually give it to you in this situation because, you would fucking know. So the past couple of times that you were here to do business, you had a chauffeur from one of the higher end, more well-to-do sky coach agencies that had I don't know, the ability to pass back and forth between that area with no problem. You don't actually know. You have no fucking clue because you didn't actually do any of the your own coordinating for yourself at all. Only thing that you know for sure is that when you went there, she had an executive assistant running basically everything except for the business. Carlisle was often with women and partying, and Erica was, crunching numbers and doing logistics for all of the stuff that you were sending her, which you did actually a pretty damn good job, even though you were fucking off most of the time. So she had a lot to keep up with.
All right. All right. So last time I was here, I did none of the driving, so I'm really not entirely sure what the plan is to get into the Skyway. However, I do recall that she did have an assistant who helped her with her daily chores. It is quite possible that we can reach her on the sending stone, and see about gaining entrance into the manor there.
Well, if nothing else, I'm sure Chip would have some insight about about getting to the Skyway, whether or not travel is restricted.
He'd do that. Or, this is kind of slightly deceptive. I know, shocking, but I'm coming up with it. Set up a chance to meet with Erica and just invite our buddy Osric along. We don't have to mention he's going to be there. All right,
No. It's bad enough that she's going to be seeing me. If he's going through me, that means that he's attempted to make audience with my cousin, and clearly that did not go well. That's why he attempted to use me to get through to her.
It's fair.
Then, should we divide and conquer to get all this stuff done?
Are you gonna make me go there by myself?
No. You could take Rose. And Kavan and I could go to the Overlook.
Rose does not look happy about that, but she will agree. I'm good at looking intimidating. With all this weirdness going on and at the Carlisle, it would make sense that you picked up a bodyguard.
I wouldn't recommend intimidating.
No, it wouldn't be intimidating.
She might lend you some street cred.
I'll say this: if let's say a fight were to break out, right? Um, street cred is the least of your worries. You would be praised among the millions for your prowess in such a fight. There would be winning. Winning is an underterm. Defeating would be the proper term as far as beating her in a fight.
You've lost me a little bit. You think it would actually come to blows?
No. I'm just saying, like, I mean, you know, her first words were, you know, I'm good at intimidating. You know, and like Lucian puffs out his chest a little bit, you know, as he says that. And, you know, so, I mean, I'm just saying, yes, she is quite mean, and dangerous.
Well, we'll get along fine, maybe.
Well, if we do this Zazi's plan, I go with her to the Overlook thing, and you two go meet with your cousin or attempt to do something there, would save us some time. Anything?
Yeah. Or even this evening, it's still not that late. I don't think. Unless she's an early to bed kind of person.
Well, we don't even know what it takes to get into the Skyway, if anything. If you were... No, it's far too late. It's already evening, well into the evening. If you were to begin it, you would get there in the middle of the night, probably.
DM, what time is it again?
So it's probably around. Well, the funeral was at dusk. It is wintertime. So it's probably around 5 p.m., maybe 6 p.m.
All right.
Yeah, it's still so early.
Yeah. All right. All right. This is what I'll do. Let me attempt to make contact with her assistant and see if she'll have me over for evening tea. And Lucian shudders when he says that. And walks over to the stone. I would assume an operator would pick up first, right?
Wait, you walked over to the stone. I didn't know you touched it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How many steps did you take on the way there? Did you rest your
Fuck
weight?
you.
Do you rest your weight on your left foot or your right foot?
You could at least tell me that you walked over and touched the fucking thing.
I walk over and pick up the stupid stone.
Okay, perfect. So you enter the coordinates. Sure, that works. Of the Carlisle Mons, and
The Carlisle Mounts. We see that vein to rename it.
Catholis.
no, Carlisle. It rings a few times, or vibrates, or resonates, whatever crystals do. Vibrates. And then someone picks up the phone. Hello. Carlisle Mons. This is Gerald.
Hello. This is This is Lucian Catholis.
Master Lucian. Pleasure. What do I owe the pleasure?
Well, I am, I am staying in the Chalice Hotel, right,
Oh, how pedestrian. How could you possibly be staying in the low...
as a matter
And
of
I heard
fact-
you recently engaged in nuptials with one of the Deliranders, if I am not mistaken. Class would not take offense to my comments, and I will extend an invitation to you and your wife and child and whoever else you would have join us.
Mm,
Of course,
yes,
Erica is very busy and will unlikely be able to make your company this evening or perhaps even later, but we could put in a meeting at some point down the road.
it is of great import that I meet with my dearest Rika tonight. I do need to speak to her
Perhaps
urgently.
tomorrow.
What? Early in the morning?
I will speak with her first thing and contact you and let you know of her intentions.
All right. I look over at the party with like the biggest regret, and then
Thumbs up.
speak into the phone again, or into the crystal again, and say, my fourth guest,
Four.
is, yes, I did say 4. Remember, 3.5. My fourth guest is a 4. Excuse me.
Pardon me, can you repeat yourself? I could not make out what you said.
Yes. My fourth guest is a half orc.
Oh. How rustic.
Indeed. Yes. So please, for the love of the gods, be nice.
No, of course. We all have our roots, don't we, Lucian?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Knowing where we come from, I would not ever say something offensive.
You're not the one that I'm worried about.
Indeed. I will speak with her on your behalf. And of course your friend will have the best accommodations.
I appreciate that. Now, will the accommodations be fulfilled tonight, or should I wait until the?
That is entirely up to you. But please, do tell me now. I will have it ready within the hour.
If we are ready to go, then I'm sure we can be downstairs to accept our ride within the hour.
Do I need to send for the Swan Sky Coach Agency to pick you up? I know the other agencies have difficulties coming to the Skyway. It would of course be on House Cathalis, being that you are the previous primary executive.
Yes. I don't know. Whatever works for you. I just want to.
Will you be ready within the hour?
I'm sure we can. We'll just need to, make sure the baby's overnight bag is put together.
I will send a luxury black swan to pick you up.
All right. And would you ensure that there is a as a matter of fact, either Rika or Lyle's old bassinet would do for the baby, if that's possible.
Well, I certainly can't ensure it, but I could assure it, if that is quite good enough for you.
Of course.
Excellent. Well, it will be ready for you upon your arrival.
All right. All right. So we will see you within. What does it take? What, 20, 30 minutes from here
Sure.
to there?
Yes, of course. I will send them. They will be there within the hour. They will wait until you're ready to arrive, and you and your entourage can join us.
Much obliged.
My pleasure.
All right. The pleasure's always mine. I
Master
look forward
Cathalis,
to seeing you again. Yes.
do bring a gift for your cousin. You know how proprietary she can be about being in the position that she is. I think a
Of course.
offering of goodwill would go a very long way to aid your audience.
Of course. And what are her desires this season?
That is a fantastic question. I would suggest bringing her something of relevance to your childhood. Appeal to her
All right.
heart, as we know it is fatigued over the past years of duty.
Of course. All right. I think I have the perfect gift that I can offer her.
Excellent. And Master Lucian, may I say, your father has always been a commanding man. I've had the utmost respect for him.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. That is actually a interesting thing. I have not seen my father or heard from him since my wedding. Is it possible that he has contacted our Sean businesses, or is he
No,
elsewhere?
regrettably, your father has not. I'm sorry, Lucian. I have not heard of him or from him.
All right. That's all right. All right. Yes. All right.
Alas, I must
let
go.
me
I am
be
being
going.
called. Lucian, 1 hour.
Yes.
Good night.
Yes.
A gift.
Good night. Yes.
Good night.
Good night. I hang up. I'm sorry for that awkwardness. But there are prior warnings that need to be sent ahead, unfortunately. Not everyone in my family is as welcoming, if you get my drift.
Oh yes, no, I picked up on that. Wow. Well, within the hour, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Not bad.
I need to head down to the to the ship. Because my dear cousin is expecting a gift. And it was suggested that I give her something from our childhood.
Any idea what that might be?
Yes, actually. It is something that that I have kept with me for very long. Something that, funny enough, she and I used to fight over as young children. It is a teddy bear. That was given to me by my late mother. But as toddlers, as children, she loved that teddy bear. It was very it was a very soft, soft stitch. The fur on it was nice to rub your face against. And
Right. Well, there you have it. I'm not sure what else she could want.
yeah. Well, let me be off. Rose, will you be ready to go within the hour?
Yeah, just tell me what I need.
Just a change of clothes, something to sleep in. And would you be a dear and awaken Samra and the baby, please, and tell them to be ready.
Samra!
Oh, jeez.
Sure on that one, but if she shoots me, I'm blaming you.
The door opens, and Zamra peeks her head out, looks around. And that's where I'm going to end the session. Right there.
Right there.
Alright.
Right there at the end of the session. That's it.
End the session.
End the session.
As you can start recording now.